guys, it's Miss J. Today's video is gonna be a little bit different because it's about football and I don't have a partner. So what I'm mainly gonna do is I'm actually going to make another video and show you some routes that you can run for football and how that kind of works. Now you guys can learn a little bit more about that. But I will show you a little bit of some catching and throwing skills and kind of how you will receive a pass in football, okay? So the first thing is if you are a thrower, which we are all going to be throwers, whether we actually will in a game or not, I think it's good for everyone to know how to throw, okay? But these things right here, these are made for you to be able to place your fingers in and throw, okay? Now, I know not every time you're gonna be able to do that, but it is the best, okay? And it's really ideal. I keep my finger, one of my fingers up top. You can have them all in here, but that gives me the additional support since I've got a smaller hand. My thumbs are crossed, and I have my other 3 fingers in line with one of these, okay? So that's how you're gonna throw. And when you throw, all right, you're gonna take a step with your opposite foot. I'm going to bend my elbow back, okay? So I'm gonna bend my elbow back, okay? Then I'm going to release kind of at like a side, a little bit of like a side rotation of my wrist, okay? That way I add in the spiral to my throw, okay? So I'm gonna pull back, and then I'm gonna release, kind of like that, okay? So I'll do a really light release. That way I got some spiral on there, okay? But that's how we throw a football, okay? Finger placement, and I'll show you guys in person. If you guys come in person, I'll show you a little bit more. But it's very important to step with the opposite foot, bring that arm back, bend that, watch where you're going, then throw, okay? So step, pull back, throw, okay? Now some people will do an even more so sidearm. That's up to them. Now, I'll be right back. I'm gonna get it up. Sometimes in football, you will make what's called a lateral pass, okay? And that is a pass that's either to the side or behind. And it's really only if you're running with the ball, okay? And someone's about to like tackle you, but we do flag football, so no one tackles, okay? And that is where you can pass it back. And so you want to hold the base of the football and have your fingers around it like this. And then you're literally just spinning it like that to the other person. So the spinning helps it go a little bit further in the air. So that's why you want to rotate. It's literally just rotations of your hands, okay? So rotation of your hand to get it to them, okay? All right, so that's the last throwing thing that I'm gonna do today. Now, catching, all right? We want to catch with a triangle, okay? So we want to catch it on its nose with that triangle, okay? It shouldn't be able to come through our triangle, okay? So when we catch, we want to catch it like that triangle. We want to hold those hands up like a triangle, okay? Receive. Now, what we do with the ball next is very important, okay? So you are going to catch, and then what you're going to do is you want to bring that ball down into your hand, okay, holding it into our arm, and then we're going to put that into our body, into the side of our body, and that's how we're going to best be able to go with it, okay? All right, fantastic. So that's all that we're gonna do, and then I'll upload the runs, okay? All right, bye guys. Hey guys, as promised, I'm gonna make a video about different running patterns for football, okay? So it's very important in football to know where you are going to go before the play even starts, okay? So when we actually do flag football, I will even have a printed card for different plays so that you can show everyone on your team where they're supposed to go for each, I guess, each play, okay? Because you get 4 downs, so for each down, okay, you can choose which running pattern you want to do. And you can do the same one multiple times. It's up to you guys, okay? So this is kind of how it's set up, okay? So you've got your quarterback right here, the person tossing to the quarterback, and then I don't remember what these players are called. I'll remember by the time we actually do this unit, which will be the next unit. So I wanted to do this instead of a pickleball video because we really only have one more day of pickleball. So I'll do more pickleball videos next time we do pickleball as a unit, okay? But our next unit will be flag football, which is why I wanted to do this video, okay? And then you'll have these 2 on the side, and then you'll have the 2 next to the quarterback. These 2 are generally some better catchers and maybe even better runners. And so they maybe will get the ball from the quarterback like just instead of like a pass, a handoff from the quarterback, and then they can run or they might just have a different running pattern, okay? And then these guys are generally blockers, and then these guys are runners. But then these guys can run if there's not people that they need to block, okay? All right, so for running patterns, you can either run straight and like literally just straight forward, okay? Towards what we call it is running straight towards the field goal, okay? Or you can run straight and then go kind of like a diagonal, or maybe you're gonna go straight and then you're gonna go completely sideways, okay? Completely horizontal, and so it's any of those, or you can go in the opposite direction, of course. So it could be diagonal this way, straight out that way. It could even be where you're going to start going to the side and then go up. But many different patterns like that. And then generally it's like 3, 5, 7, or 11 steps, or no, 3, 5, 7, or 9 steps before maybe you'll take that turn. Okay, so when you see a number next to the arrows that I'm drawing, then that's how many steps you're supposed to take before you cut, okay, before you make your change of direction, okay? Unless it's a long arrow, then that just means go towards the post, okay? So I'm making my first running pattern. So this person is running straight for the post, okay? This person is going to they're gonna do about 3 steps before they cut completely sideways. This person's gonna take 5 steps before they go completely sideways. And then this person is going to take 5 steps before they go diagonal, okay? Now, the quarterback can throw to any of those people. Generally, you kind of have one person when you huddle that you're kind of gonna throw towards, but if that person's not open, then you have all of these other options, which is super awesome, okay? Now I'll go ahead and draw another one. Like I said, you're gonna have a whole bunch of different plays on that piece of paper that I'm gonna create. I actually played we called it powder puff, but flag football in college, and it was so much fun. It was definitely one of my favorites. It doesn't matter how athletic you are, there's a position for everyone. It could be a blocker, it could be a quarterback, it could be a wide receiver, okay? You can be any of those, which is super fantastic because each of those roles are important, and it takes, like I said, different skill sets. So, yeah. All right. All right, so our first one is gonna be a 9. So they're gonna take 9 steps, and then they're gonna cut diagonal. And you just wanna make sure that however you create these, if you ever choose to do this in the future, is you've gotta make sure that the running patterns, that they're not gonna run into each other. Which is why on this one, since these people are normally back further, it worked to have both of them doing 5 steps, because this 5 steps is gonna be about 3 steps further than theirs. And just watch your people too, but you kind of always wanna have the eye on where the ball is so that you can see it and be ready to catch, okay? And then this one I had as 3 steps instead of 5 so that they wouldn't be hitting each other too, okay? All right. This one I'm gonna have it be a handoff, okay? So this person's gonna get a handoff, and then they're going to run. Generally, I guess I should have drawn that a little bit differently. But generally, once you get the ball from like a handoff, you wanna go towards the side and then go straight up. I drew it a little bit off, but that's okay. You'll get the idea, okay? And then this person's just going to kind of like block for them. And this person will too. Well, this person, depending on what happens, okay? Okay. So I'm only having 2 people do a pattern, a running pattern for this one. Okay, so that first person, and then this person's gonna run 7, and then they're gonna cut in. But the thing is, if the handoff works right, this person's really gonna be blocking. Okay, now sometimes maybe they're gonna rush, and if they rush, then we can't do the handoff, then they've gotta pass, okay? And if the handoff isn't gonna work, this person just comes straight out, okay? But this person really, once they got the handoff, they would actually come in front of this person and then go wide. But so I drew that arrow a little bit wrong, but I drew that before I drew this one, so that was my bad. And then this person's pretty much just gonna block for that person too, for the runner, okay? All right, I'll draw one more and then we'll be done, okay? And while you might not think that this is actually very important, it is literally the most important thing about flag football. Knowing patterns, knowing where to go when you're on the field. It's very, very, very important. Okay? All right. Sorry, I drew an arrow slightly wrong, but you'll get the idea. All right, so our last one, okay, this person's going to run about 3 steps, then they're going to go completely sideways. This person's gonna run about 5 steps, then they're gonna go diagonal. This person's just running straight towards the field goal. And then this person's gonna run about 5 steps and then go a diagonal too. That way we have a couple diagonal options. We always want some deep options and then we want some short options, which is why I have these guys short, okay? Because what if someone's coming on too quickly and they can't defend, and the blockers aren't able to do as well of a job and they're trying to rush the quarterback, then they just need to get the ball out of their hands as quickly as possible. So that short option is always a good thing, okay? So you always want a short option, you always want a deep option, but it's very important to always know what pattern you are running, okay? So whether it's straight towards the field goal, whether it's a couple steps and then diagonal, a couple steps and then completely sideways, okay, or a handoff, okay? And like I said, I'll have a cheat sheet for you guys. I'll just have the quarterback hold that. It'll be a little bit easier. But I hope this was helpful for you guys, and hopefully we'll be able to do this well when we actually do this. All right, see you guys. Bye.